Coin on.
Hello YouTube coin community, this is Dustin Morgan with CoinOp. Today we are going to be discussing the Type B Washington reverse quarters. Now there are a few different reverse styles for the Washington quarter. Today we're going to be discussing the Type B. Now the Type B was used from 1956 through 1964. You will not find any Denver Mint type B. They'll be all Type A's. Now this variety is a good one because you can cherry pick this in a coin shop. A lot of dealers like to have their silver Washington quarters and 2x2 flips, and you can quickly look through looking for the Type B reverse. Now the Type B reverse was supposed to be used for the proofs, which it was used for the proofs, but they also used some of them on the business strikes. So these are a business strike coin that has a proof reverse. So sit back, relax, and here we go. Now when you're looking for the Type B reverse, some of the characteristics that you're looking for is wider separation between the E and the S of states. The tail feathers will be really sharp and well defined. The leaf below the arrow shaft, it was strengthened and it touches the arrow shaft. Overall, the entire design, it will have a lot more detail. Keep in mind this was intended for the proof striking, and they ended up using it at the tail end of each of the mintings for the business strikes, so it does have more detail. So once again, you are looking for a wider separation between the E and the S of states. The tail feathers will be very sharp, they'll be well defined. The leaf below the arrow shaft, it was strengthened and now it touches the arrow shaft. Overall, there will be a lot more detail on the entire reverse. Now this is an excellent one to go on out and cherry pick, as I mentioned before. A lot of dealers will have uncirculated silver quarters in their case, and they will have 4 or 5 sitting there in a pile of each year. So you can quickly look through them, find a Type B, buy it for 8, 10, 15 bucks, and end up with a $200 coin. So definitely one to look for. Okay, we are looking at a 1956 Type B reverse. Once again, this is a circulation strike coin that they used the proof striking on the reverse. Values on this one range anywhere from $35 up to $200. Now these are for uncirculated examples, the values that I'm giving you. So an MS60 would be in the $35 range, and an MS65 would be in the $200 range. The 1956 is much scarcer variety to try and cherry pick with the Type B reverses. So when you are looking for them, you might have a tougher time trying to find the 1956. Just keep at it and you will find it. Moving on to the 1957 Type B reverse. Once again, this is a circulation business strike coin that has the reverse with a proof minting on the reverse. The 1957 Type B reverse ranges in value in an MS60 at around $35 up to about $75 for an MS65 example. Now all of these examples that you are looking at, Robert Lawson actually has cherry-picked all of these at coin shows over the last few months. And I do believe he's putting this entire set on eBay, so I will put a link to that down in the comments. So if you're interested in just buying a set instead of cherry-picking it, he is putting an entire set up on eBay. Now we are looking at a 1958 Type B reverse. This is a business strike coin with a reverse with a proof minting. The 1958 ranges anywhere in value from $30 in an MS60, which is a lower end uncirculated, up to $125 for an MS65, which is a much nicer uncirculated grade, a lot more detail, a lot like what you're looking at. Okay, we are going to move on to a 1959 Type B reverse. The 1959 Type B reverse, once again, is a business strike coin that has proof reverse. The 1959 ranges anywhere in value from an MS60, which is the lower end of the circulated, around $60, up to $225 for my MS65, which of course would be a much nicer uncirculated example. You can definitely cherry pick these right out of dealers' cases with the uncirculated silver quarters. What's amazing about these is that they're all 90% silver varieties, so this even appeals to the silver enthusiast. We are going to move on to the 1960 Type B proof reverse. Once again, this is a 1960 business struck coin that has the reverse of the proof stripe. Now the 1960 ranges anywhere in value from $55 for low MS60, which is a lower MS, lower uncirculated, up to $225 in an MS65, which is a much nicer uncirculated example. Now, all of these varieties you can actually find in cherry pickers, so if any of you own cherry pickers guides, you can find these varieties in there, so you can always cross-reference everything that I'm telling you through there. As a matter of fact, the values that I'm giving you came right out of cherry pickers, so that's what I use for reference and values. We are now looking at a 1961 Type B reverse. This is a business struck coin that has the reverse of the proof minting. The 1961 Type B reverse ranges anywhere in value from $50 in an MS60, which is a lower uncirculated, up to $160 for an MS65, which is a much nicer uncirculated example. I'm sure many of you would enjoy owning a complete MS65 set of these puppies. I know I certainly would. We are moving on to a 1962 Type B reverse. Once again, this is a business struck coin that has the reverse of the proof minting. The 1962 Type B reverse ranges in value anywhere from $20 in an MS60, which is a lower uncirculated example, up to $95 for an MS65, which would be a much nicer, finer, uncirculated example. Once again, you can cherry pick these examples right out of the dealer's case, or you could buy them from eBay, already cherry picked and attributed and the work done for you. We are moving on to the 1963 Type B reverse. Once again, this is a business struck coin with the reverse of the proof minting. The 1963 Type B reverses you can find ranging in value anywhere from $75 in a low MS60, which would be a low uncirculated, up to $250 in a MS65, which would be a much nicer, finer, uncirculated example. Okay, now we are looking at a 1964 Type B reverse proof. The 1964 Type B ranges anywhere from $30 up to $150. $30 for MS60, which is a lower uncirculated example. Up to $150 for an MS65, which is a much nicer, finer uncirculated example. Once again, all of these varieties can be cherry-picked right out of a dealer's case, or you can purchase them from Coin Dealer or eBay or any place else that sells varieties of coins. Thanks for the review. Thanks for watching. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the like button. We do like it when you hit the like button. We have a lot more videos on the way, so stay tuned, and hope you enjoyed this video.